Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is SAP Analytics Cloud Learning Series, and as you know, currently we are exploring the topic of data actions in SAP Analytics Cloud. I already created videos about different steps in data action. Today we will continue with the another step, that is allocations in data action, how you can add a allocation step in data action. Before we start, let's understand what is allocation in SAC. In SAP Analytics Cloud, allocations, let you split the data for a selected source conditions among the members of a target dimensions based on a driver values. So they are basically used to allocate indirect cost in a budget or take a value that you planned at a high level and control how it's broken down to the leaf members. Okay. Uh, for an example, let's consider today's business scenario. I have a HR data. For each company, there are different job profiles, or you can say target role profiles, uh, like sales, administration, craft work. Different categories of a job profiles. And for each job profile, there is a head count. Like for sales, there is a 81, people in the team or whatever department. Administration, it's a 132, and the headcount is monthly distributed. Okay. Now I want to allocate expense for each job profile. Okay. But I will be allocating expense for a company, and then the expense should be split into different target job profiles. So this is nothing but, you took a value that you are going to plan at a high level, and you want to split the value to down to the leaf members. The leaf members are here the job family members. So currently the expense has not been added, we have only headcount available. So suppose now, at the top, now currently, the top level is this at a company code level totals. So for a January, if I add some expense, suppose let's add 358 only, and multiply by 100, that is 100 per head count, expense of 100 USD. Okay, so I'll add this. So now you see, when I added at the company higher node, it assigned to the unassigned, because for other job profiles we don't have any distribution. There is a no value, so SEC couldn't distribute it because it doesn't know how it should distribute, like equally, proportionally. So what it did is it allocated that value against an unassigned. Okay, so now the same unassigned value, right click and distribute. Okay, now redistribute among targets. So I want to distribute the job family members of the same level. Okay, so there are different. Now the distribution is like input keys. I can manually, add the value, and then it, until it is nullified. Like whatever value I keep adding, it will keep deducting from the totals, and that's how you can manually input it. You think, okay, it is either you can do the by weighing, proportionally distributing it, or equally. So, the whole value will be equally distributed among the members. So apply. Now, as you can see, the expense is equally distributed among the other target job profiles. Okay, so this can be one way where you can distribute the expense. But I have a scenario where I want to distribute the expense based on the head count. Okay, so now there is a third factor which will decide how much expense should be assigned to each job profile. So if for each department, if there is, based on a head count, the expense, proportionally it should be distributed. So if we go with, right click and utilizing the distribute, we can either manually input it or equally distribute it. But there is a no way we can distribute based on a third factor, that is any driver. So for this driver based splitting up of value or distribution, we need to create a allocation step in a data action. Okay, so what it will do is, based on a whatever headcount that target sales profile is, it will distribute the expense. Okay, so let's understand what that does that mean. I will just revert my data, whatever I inputted, and we will create a data action first. So go to shell bar, go to data actions, create a data action. I will name this as distribute expense, and obviously the model on which this should be done. This is the model which I have added in my story. Now I will add a step, allocation, distribute expense. Okay, so by default the data source, it is captured. Filters, a target version is captured. Make sure whenever you are creating any data action, the scope of the data should be decided. So scope of the data means you have to add multiple filters, whatever required are. It is necessary that you only run that or execute that data action on a subset of a data. If you don't add much filters, and you run the data action, it might happen, you are impacting whole data in your model. So necessary that initially, like whenever you are planning to create a data action, just define your process. Okay, this should be this chunk of a data I'm going to touch or modify with a data action. So try to create the required filters. Okay, now here, as usual, target version means I can run for one version, and I want to run this data action selectively with a period. Like I don't want to run this data action for all the years available. So what I will do is I will create a parameter for a date also. So target year, selecting the model, then date, hierarchy, cardinality will be single. No need to select, done. Okay, so the target year is done. I will add a filter based and select my parameter. Okay, now I want to run for a particular year, particular version. Then there might be different key figures or accounts or measures in your model. Okay, I have three measures in this: expense, headcount, and there is a one more major unit also. But I want to distribute only expense. Like I want to happen this splitting of a values related to only one major. So then it's necessary that you filter it out also, that this data action should run on a single major. Other majors, they shouldn't be touched. No splitting up of the values should happen. What happens when you restrict your data correctly, filter out the subset of a data correctly, it will also doesn't affect the performance of the data action, like because you are consuming unnecessary steps which are not even required. So it's necessary that you define the scope of the data with the filters. So now the scope is defined. Now, these are the other, you can say advanced options. We will see this later. Let's create the allocation rule first. Okay. So what my requirement is now? Okay, now I want to allocate a expense for each company. Now, whenever I'm going to input, the expense, um, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to allocate that expense to a unassigned node first. Okay, I will assign it to some unassigned node, and after that, from unassigned node I will distribute it to the other family members based on the head count. Okay, so here my source dimension is nothing but the unassigned value, and the target where I want to allocate the values are the other members of the job family. So if you look at this, my source dimension and target dimension both is job family. It's just I'm going to move the value from one member to the other members. So here source dimension is job family, target dimension is also job family. Okay. In your case, in other business scenarios, it might happen that your target source dimension is different than a target dimension. For example, I am assigning a expense to my cost center, okay, and I have different departments. And based on the department headcounts, my cost center, expense should be distributed. Then my source is cost center, but my target dimension is department, okay. So it might happen, but current my scenario is within the same dimension, but and there might be different, multiple source dimensions also. There might be drilling down, okay, cost center, then profit center, then you're distributing along with the region, so drilling down of a data at a multiple levels might also happen. Okay, then you can click on a plus button and you can add a new source dimension also, like combination of this data, like this job family plus this region, this a combination of this allocated value should be split for a target dimension. So these scenarios are also possible. Now I will select the member. So my source member value is like whatever value assigned against unassigned. Okay, and then it should be distributed for towards the other members. So what I will do is I will select all the members excluding hash. So let's add all the members. So there are 10, the other skills or job family members. Now, what is the driver, or or based on which you want to split the value? So for me, the driver is the head count. Based on the head count, the expense should be distributed. So here then the driver is measures, and I will select the measure. Okay, then it is head count. So head count is my driving dimension. Okay, so this is how you can add allocation rules. You can add multiple combinations, in the allocation rule. Now, this writing option, as usual, we do in data action like append or overwrite. I will select append only. Okay. Now we will move to the other advanced options. We already added the filters. Now, write mode, keep source means now I am assigning value to the unassigned. Keep source means your source value will be untouched, okay? But in my case, I want to move my value from unassigned to other members. So at the end, my unassigned should be 0, and whatever value I assign to unassigned should split into the remaining members. So I'm not going to tick mark this keep source. Then driver context, by default, whatever date is available in your model will be added as a driver context. Okay, this driver context is nothing but how your data is broken down. Okay, now in this input form I am breaking down my data as like company code. For each company code there are different job families, and the data is broken down monthly. Okay, so date, company code, and job family, this is how my data is broken down. So similarly I should add those in a reference dimensions, date and company code. Anyhow, job family we have added in a allocation rule, so not necessary to add it here. Then there is a target context. Write mode means override the target. So before we execute this allocation step, like if there is any data available under expenses, suppose I added some value under sales, so that should be, cleared, and the new value should be added. So then you can, tick mark this, okay, override the target. Like if there is any value existing, make it 0, and you write my whatever new calculated value. And on the, if you click on the, hover on the information, you will see, all the, help and information available for understanding that property. So everything is done. Now I will save this data action. Save. Now let's add this into my story. I have already added the data action starter. I will just point to the my current created data action. Distribute expense. Save. Now go to view mode. Okay. Now I will add some expense to the quarter one. So this is 2026, my first 3 months. I'm going to add, suppose, 2000. Okay. So as a normal distribution for monthly, I added to the total year. Then in 3 months, it distributed to 660, 660. Okay. For any one of the month, I will keep same as our head count. So we will able to, understand the distribution. 358. Okay. So now this is my total expense I unassigned. I will first publish this data. Okay. Then now we will run the allocation. Obviously the target version is actual. Then the target year, I am running it for 2026 Q1, quarter one. Run. So now you see whatever expense we added. First of all, I doesn't want that value to be in unassigned. Okay, whatever value I assigned to unassigned should be moved to the other members. So now my unassigned is 0, and whatever value I added now is distributed to the other members based on the head count. Okay, so for January expense, I added the expense same as the head count. So now you see the distribution is same. There are 27 people, then the 27 only is allocated to that particular department based on the department. And any job profile that doesn't have any head count, no expense has been allocated. Similarly, for others also, like its head count is 360, then the 66 value is split up based on the whatever head count that particular job profile has. So this is how you don't have to do this calculation in your Excel, and move the data here. You just plan at the top level, top node level, at a company level, assign some expense, create a data action. The expense will be split according to the like top down approach, uh, based on whatever driver you have. So this is how allocations work in SAP Analytics Cloud. This is a great feature in many business scenario wherever you are going to allocate a budget, cost into a budget, or expenses, head count, or effort based on the team size, or efforts based on the headcount size. So in those, wherever you want to split the values, you can use this allocations. I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe to my channel and add your comments. Let me know how did you find this video. And if you have any other complex scenarios where you need help, explain your scenario in comments. I can create a tutorial for that complex scenario. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for supporting.